Hello people, welcome one and all to Jojo's Learning Club.
Hello guys, welcome back to my channel Jojo's Learning Club, and today I will be discussing on geometric progression. If you have not watched my video on arithmetic progression, please have a look on my arithmetic progression, then you will get a better understanding about number sequences and then also get an introduction to what are geometric progressions, right? I will just recall what I said in arithmetic progression. So what is an arithmetic progression? When in a number sequence, the numbers or the successive terms have a same common difference, then these kind of sequence is called arithmetic progression. Similarly, when in a number sequence, when the successive terms in a number sequence have the same common ratio, these sequences called as a geometric progression. So let's write an example for what is a geometric progression. Okay, let's say 1, 2, 4, 8 and so on. In this expression you can see that the first number we represent it as A. Okay, let's take the ratio of the second term by the first term. Let's represent this as A1, this as A2, this as A3, this as A4. Okay, the geometric progression says that the second term by the first term would be same as the third term by the second term. In arithmetic progression it was that they have the same common difference, but here they have the same common ratio. You can check the numbers. 2 by 1 which is same as 4 by 2. You can see that the value here is 2. Also here the value is 2. So when the number sequence has a constant ratio between the successive terms, these sequence is represented as a geometric progression. So you can see that the first number A, I represent it as A. The second number, it will be ratio AR. Then the third number AR square, AR cube and so on. So the nth term, for the first term you can see that this is A1, right? And this is A2. For the A3 you see that it is AR square. So what will be the answer for A raised to n? It is the R's value is 1 less than the n. So it would be AR raised to n minus 1. So the nth term of a geometric progression will be, that is AN is equal to AR raised to n minus 1. So this is the formula to find the nth term of a geometric progression. Okay, now for this sequence let's find what is the seventh term. So I want to find what is A7. Just apply the formula. What it is? AR raised to n minus 1. AR raised to n minus 1. So you know the value already of what is A. A is already given as 1. Then what is the value of 2? Sorry, what is the value of R? It is 2. And what is the value of n? 7 minus 1. So 1 into 2 raised to 6. You need to find what is 2 raised to 6. 2 square 4, 2 cube 8. 2 raised to 4 is 16. 2 raised to 5 is 32. 2 raised to 6 is 64. So 64 is the seventh term in this sequence. So this is how you find the nth term of a geometric progression. Now let's learn how to find the sum of n terms of a geometric progression. Okay, for what could be the formula for the n terms of a geometric progression? That is the sum of n terms, right? So I can write this as A plus AR plus AR square plus AR cube and so on till AR raised to n minus 1, right? Now let's number this equation as 1, and in the second equation I'm going to multiply all the terms by R. That is with the common ratio. I'm going to multiply all this with R. So what happens? It becomes AR square, AR cube and so on, so on, so on. So the last term would be AR raised to n minus 1 into R, right? So it will become AR raised to n. And let's name this equation as equation number 2. Okay. So subtract equation 1 minus 2. I'm going to subtract 2 from 1. Okay. So what I'm going to write? Sn minus R into Sn. Right? Sn minus R into Sn. Here what it would be? A plus all these expressions minus AR. So what happens? This AR and this AR get cancelled. AR square and AR square get cancelled. AR cube and AR cube get cancelled, and so on, so on, so on, so on. AR raised to n minus n, and here also there is a AR raised to n minus 1. So all these cancel. Or the only terms which would be left would be A and AR raised to n minus 1. Right? Am I doing right? So the only terms would be A and AR raised to n. Okay. Take the common factor. What is the common factor here? Sn. That is the sum of n terms. What is left here? 1. And what is left here? 1 minus r. And what is left here? A you can take common, 1 minus r raised to n. So from that you can find Sn is equal to A into 1 minus r raised to n by 1 minus r, which is valid when the value of the common ratio is less than 1. Okay, so this is the formula to find the sum of n terms of a GP when the common ratio, that is the ratio here is 2, which is greater than 1. So this formula is not applied. I will show you next how to find the formula for when the r is greater than 1. So this is the formula when the value of the common ratio is less than 1. So the first formula is already found out when the value of common ratio is less than 1. And now let's find how to find the sum of n terms of a GP when the common ratio is greater than 1. For that you can use the same formula, like same steps which you have followed. But now we are going to subtract equation 2 minus 1. Before we did equation 1 minus. So what happens? R into Sn minus Sn is equal to AR raised to n minus A. Have you any doubt? Do you have any doubts? Like you can check that R into Sn, right? Minus Sn. So I'm going to subtract from equation 1 from equation 2. So the AR raised to n is now positive and minus A because it is the second term, right? So again similarly you can take the common factors. So what happens? R minus 1 is equal to A into R raised to n minus 1, right? So what happens now? Sn is equal to A into R raised to n minus 1 by r minus 1, which is valid when r is greater than 1. So to find the sum of n terms of a GP is the abbreviation for geometric progression. Okay, so when you want to find the sum of n terms of a GP, there are two formulas according to the value of the common ratio. So when the common ratio value is less than 1, then the formula is A into 1 minus r raised to n by 1 minus r. And when the common ratio is greater than 1, the formula is A into r raised to n minus 1 by r minus 1. Okay. So now we are going to derive also one formula for the limiting value of infinite terms of a GP to find the sum of infinite terms of a GP when the value of r is less than 1. Okay, for that you know that the value of Sn is what? Sn is A into 1 minus r raised to n by 1 minus r, right? So this is the formula when r is less than 1. Okay, now I'm gonna remove these brackets and apply like this: A by 1 minus r by minus A into r raised to n by 1 minus r. I just split these terms, open the brackets and just split the terms. Okay, as the value of n increases, as the value of n increases, or a value of n is infinity. Let's approach that the value of n is infinity because we are going to find the sum of infinite terms of a GP when the value of the common ratio is less than 1. Okay, so when the value of n approaches infinity, what happens to r raised to n? What happens to r raised to n? See, you can see that, for example, let me show you an example. 1 by or 2 square is 4. As the number is a greater than 1, as you increase the value of n, it goes on increasing. But what is the value of 0.2 square? It becomes 0.04, right? When the value of 3 is increased, what happened here? It becomes 0.008. You can see that as the value of n That is, when the value of common ratio is less than 1, when you increase this n value or when it approaches to infinity, you can see that this number approaches to 0. So you can say that when our n approaches to infinity, the r raised to n approaches to 0. When r raised to n approaches to 0, what happens? This term approaches to 0. So you can just write the formula as 1 minus r. And this formula is called the limiting value of infinite terms of a GP. I hope it's very much clear. And in my next video, I will cover upon 5 different, in total 10 problems on geometric progression. So let's see you over there and bye bye. Take care.